Welcome, everyone, and glad to have you with us from Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. A late-season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Rebels will kick it away to start. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So South Carolina's offense takes the field to start this game off. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. Just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
Toss sweep right. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Wide out in motion. They'll leave it with him. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
This offense has a second down play. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the... So Ole Miss offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now on second down. Looking to pass, it's Maddox. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. They put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll run it from the gun. And the Gamecocks brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back goes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got him in the flat. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Snagged in the middle. It's best. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. The Gamecocks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Give to the back. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Smith. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
And where did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. South Carolina ready to go on the attacking another offensive odyssey. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They'll line up for a second down play. The play action fake. Looking down the middle. Pulls it in. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room. It's Lincoln. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They're going to run it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. To the air. It's Maddox. Quickly to the tight end. Tackled after picking up the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He'll pull it on the read. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Safe completion on the screen. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. 1st down here for the offense. They go to the ground. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Ready to fire from the pistol. Going to the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
The Gamecocks are rolling down the field. Going up top on 1st down. Makes his connection. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on 3rd down. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd is short. They know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Maddox. Using his feet to buy time. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They're bringing heat. Just a short pass to the tight end. And sure tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got...
And he intercepts it. Looking for more room. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Ole Miss. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Less than half minute to play here in the half. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. This time it's complete. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? He wants to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there. The offense will quickly use the timeout. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's picked off at the goal line. Takes it the other way. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the corner of George Rogers Boulevard and Bluff Road, Williams-Brice Stadium.
The Gamecocks will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
On third down, he drops the throw. Got it set up on the outside. And that one looks great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Rebels will punt this one away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
On second down, he'll let it fly. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Let's go. On the move. He has the first and still on his feet. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play, and it's a design run like here, fine, but then it's scramble plays, and then it's passing plays. He's always around, just exhausting.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Gamecocks will snap it on first and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball.
Touchdown, South Carolina! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is. gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his own 20. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. To throw, it's Maddox. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Wide open, he makes the catch. He's loose. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Auburn. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They finally make the stop at the big run. He's ready to move those sticks for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the ground game. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Yeah, nice job on 3rd down, managing the situation, understanding what I needed to get. Nice job reading the defense, handing the ball off, and the running back knowing I got to get to those 1st down markers and get that 1st down.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He leaves it with his back. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. The give on the inside. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the Rebels' 3rd down defense just not getting it done.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
Fast motion from the offense. To the ground with the back. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Makes the grab on the back. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. And the returner goes down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Finds the tight end. The Rebels will keep this drive going.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Pocket starts to collapse. Finds his big tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Working the middle, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Dropping back, it's Maddox. Good timing on the quick out. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Peyton.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create. Field as he stopped at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage.
He's off to the races. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. The give to the tailback. Open space at the 25. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Offense getting set for 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Maddox. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. On first down, here comes this offense. To the ground, he's got it again. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Rebels are marching down the field. Give to the running back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Lincoln. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. They'll go right back to it. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll run it on the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They thought maybe they could get the defense pulling the wrong way on the counter, but they were not able.
Get him flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys, to use their speed against them.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American.
Open runway ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Power football with the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chain.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Wide receiver shows motion. This is a design run. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback will keep it. How about that defense defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. Looking to go up top on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Incomplete, the final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth, so of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational-type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. A nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Handoff from the gun. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Let's see what they have on third down as they want to make sure they keep this in makeable field goal range. Quarterback keeps it. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
And another big run. There is nothing more frustrating as a defensive guy trying to stop a guy that you just can't bottle up. You can't get him to the ground. He continues to make big play after big play. I just don't have any more answers for him.
Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime!
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dave.
Yeah, right. If you know Rich Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's